What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning into the channel. I'm Kevin Duffy. This is Duffey Geeks Out. And I set out today to make different videos, but the news just kept on breaking. Different trailers dropped, different set photos dropped, and then finally it all culminated with this crazy announcement. 2 years from now, we'll be getting James Gunn's Superman Legacy. And I guess to honor that, he dropped some additional casting news for his DC universe in the form of a Green Lantern being announced. I mean, there's other characters too, but that's the major one here. James Gunn alumni actor Nathan Fillion, who I fucking love, has been cast as Guy Gardner in the DCU. Now, the Variety confirmed this reporting, and in the article, I couldn't really find if it was in relation to Superman Legacy specifically, or if he's going to pop up in other things. I know that there is a Lanterns TV show that's going to be happening sometime in the next couple of years. That supposedly is only supposed to involve, or at least mainly involve, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. So the fact that Guy Gardner's Green Lantern is thrown in here and it's played by Nathan Fillion, I'm sure he'll pop up in the show, but he may very well pop up in Superman Legacy. James Gunn did say that the world was going to have pre-established superheroes in it, so there's a real possibility that Nathan Fillion could be sharing some screen time with David Corenswet's Clark Kent Superman. So this is incredible news. Also, in that same announcement, he announced that Isabel Merced, the actress from Dora the Explorer, the movie, and Transformers: The Last Night, not a great movie, had signed on to play Hawkgirl in the DCU. So that's a pretty cool casting. I don't really know much about this girl's work. I did see Transformers: The Last Night. I wish that I hadn't. I didn't see Dora the Explorer. But yeah, she seems like she'll be a pretty cool Hawkgirl. Again, I don't know much about her background, but it's awesome that we're already getting a character like Hawkgirl established just in the casting news here, so that's freaking fantastic. It's terrific, which is a good segue into the next actor that has been announced, and that is Eddie Gathegi, who, I hope I didn't just butcher that name, but an actor who you see like, oh yeah, that guy. I've seen him in a whole bunch of stuff. He was in X-Men First Class. He's one of the few X-Men that die in that movie, and he has been brought on to play Mr. Terrific. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Terrific is, he's a DC Comics character who he's genius level intellect. He's kind of he's like a street level hero, if you would. He's like a super genius who invents tech that come around with him. Terrific spheres is what he calls them. They're basically these floating balls that kind of do a whole bunch of different shit. He's pretty good at hand-to-hand combat. He's a genius level, like Batman style, street level hero, but not quite the extreme fighter and vigilante that Batman is. So yeah, so again, I don't know how involved he would be or in what capacity, if any of these characters are going to show up in Superman Legacy or not. But I mean, like I said, I set out to make a whole bunch of videos today, and this was just the top of the news before I got a chance to sit down and make these videos. So this is the first one I'm going to do and get it out of the way. Nathan Fillion's really the thing that I'm hanging on to the most here. I fucking love Nathan Fillion. I can't wait to see his portrayal of Guy Gardner. I can't wait to see him slinging around that will ring and seeing what he can, craft and how he's going to be used in the DCU. The question is for you guys, are you excited about these castings? Out of the three of them, who are you most excited to see? And do you think that Nathan Fillion will show up in Superman Legacy or another project down the line? Now, moving on from that topic, we're going to slide into topic number 2 here, which is the set photos released from Deadpool 3. Now, everybody saw and was in awe of the incredible drop of seeing Hugh Jackman donning the classic blue and yellow Wolverine costume. I, for one, am so ecstatic to see it. It looks great. I do wish that they went with the sleeveless version that's, so much more classic. And I don't know, maybe it has something to do with Hugh Jackman not being quite the shape he was in when he was, Wolverining it all the time. And they had to go the full sleeves to try and cover some of that. But I don't know. I think the costume, even if he was a little skinnier, I think that costume would have looked cooler if he was sleeveless down to just the gloves. But it looks great. I cannot wait to see this movie. Every little bit of news about it has got me just that much more excited. But today they released a couple more photos. There's some photos of a fight between Wolverine and Deadpool that's going to happen. That's going to be awesome. I mean, this is going to be like a buddy cop movie, I got a feeling. But in most buddy cop movies, the cops always end up butting heads, and there's always a scrap. So seeing Deadpool and Wolverine kind of go all out on each other, for even if it's just for a brief scene, I'm there for it, man. And this is going to be a rated R Disney Marvel movie, so I'm sure it's going to be pretty gruesome and funny. So I cannot wait to see that. These set photos are awesome. Just looking at these two costumes side by side, and that, especially that yellow and blue Wolverine costume, I can literally hear the 90s X-Men cartoon, just the theme song playing in my head. And I know it's kind of popped up in a couple things, but I swear they better play that fucking song during this movie. But anyways, guys, are you as excited for Wolverine in this classic costume showing up in Deadpool 3? And are these set photos, are they getting you even more excited than you already are for this picture? Whatever you think about him, let me know in the comments. From there, we're going to move on to topic number 3. Topic number 3, 4, and 5 are going to be discussing trailers that dropped today, starting with the Ahsoka trailer. I got to tell you, as excited as I am to see Thrawn, as excited as I am to see Ahsoka and all the kick-ass stuff with there, the things that really are getting me amped up for the show, which is right around the corner, it's the Dark Jedi, man. Like Ray Stevens? I probably just butchered that. Ray S. You know, we're real tight. Me and Ray S. He looks so badass as that Dark Jedi. And he is heavily featured in this trailer. A lot of lines of dialogue talking about preparing for war, and he's saying he's not a Jedi, as he totally just impales that dude with the orange lightsaber while his youngling or apprentice, whatever the Dark Jedi call him, is off doing her, killing a bunch of people. And oh man, those orange lightsabers are sick. They look so cool. My wife and I are going to Disney in like 3 weeks for our 10-year wedding anniversary, and I've already made a lightsaber. It's up on the wall. You guys can't see it when we went to Disney previously. But I gotta tell you, if they start selling those orange lightsabers, I might have to at least pick up an orange kyber crystal, because they're fucking sick. I cannot wait to see what is gonna happen in this series. There's definitely gonna be some lightsaber duels, which is incredibly needed. We did get I believe our first look at Lars Mikkelsen's face as Admiral Thrawn. He looks awesome, Grand Admiral Thrawn. And you see Sabine getting into a bit of a lightsaber fight with Ezra's lightsaber, so everybody knows she's great hand-to-hand combat and great with a lightsaber, even though she's not force sensitive. The Dark Jedi apprentice even has a line with her saying she has no power as they're having a duel. So I don't know, you get to hear Ezra talk. So it's like everything about this show is shaping up to be what is going to be my favorite Star Wars show. I can tell you right now. And Andor is a great show, and the Book of Boba Fett was okay, and Mandalorian's pretty good. The last season kind of teetered off a little bit, but for me, force-sensitive individuals having lightsaber fights, having in-depth conversations about the Force and what it means and everything, that's Star Wars to me. That is what I cling to as a Star Wars fan. So this show seems like it's setting up to be something really, really special. It obviously is going to be kind of a precursor leading into the Dave Filoni movie, The Heir to the Empire, and my God, this is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need as Star Wars fans. This is what I need as a Star Wars fan. Bring on the Dark Jedi. Gotta get me one of those orange lightsabers. Anyways, guys, did you check out the second trailer for Ahsoka? If you did, what'd you think about it? Are you getting more excited for this show as we're getting closer to it? Whatever you thought about it, let me know in the comments. Now, the second trailer that I saw today one for a movie that I'm not necessarily so excited for, but When I saw the trailer today, it definitely put a smile on my face. It's one that I'm going to check out and one that I'm probably going to take my kids to. And that is the Wonka trailer. I am a huge fan of the original Gene Wilder, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I was not the biggest fan of the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I understand that's probably more closer to the book, which I've never read. But for me, the Gene Wilder one was something I grew up with. I watch it all the time. I still think that Grandpa Joe's a piece of shit for letting his daughter go to work all those years, providing for the family, while him and the other grandparents just sat in bed like a bunch of pieces of shit. But yeah, this one looks like it's a prequel. Timothy Chalamet's taken over as what appears to be something more akin to the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. You know, there's strike that, reverse it lines thrown in there, and he's optimistic and fun, and he seems like it would be a prequel for the Gene Wilder version of Willy Wonka. So I think it looked really good. I think it looked charming. It seems like it's going to be a big, like musical with lots of color and a lot of fun songs, I'm assuming. And it really just worked. I really was a big fan of this trailer. It really won me over. I can't wait to take my kids to see it. I loved seeing Hugh Grant show up in the last frame of this trailer as the Oompa Loompa. He's a little smaller than the Oompa Loompas that we have in Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. But he was just right there, and he was getting ready to go into the Oompa Loompa song. He's doing all the movements. He looks awesome. I can't wait for this movie. It certainly jumped up on my list of movies that I need to see. The question is for you guys. Have you seen the trailer for Wonka? And if you did, what did you think about it? Are you excited for this movie? Are you excited for Timothy Chalamet, Shamalama Ding Dong, jumping into a role like Willy Wonka? Whatever you thought about it, let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's going to take us to our third trailer of the day. Whew! And our third trailer is another DC property. This is Blue Beetle Trailer 2. This movie has not really had much coverage since they dropped the first trailer a couple months back. I personally am excited for Blue Beetle. I love the Blue Beetle as a character. I think he's fun. He's young. It's cool to have a Spanish superhero kind of brought into the mix here. You don't get too many of them, so it's really cool to kind of get a chance here with Jaime Reyes coming in as Blue Beetle. I think the suit looks great. I think the special effects in the trailer look great, and it's really shaping up to be one of my most anticipated movies this summer. I know that DC has had a bit of a downtrend this year and for a few years, but I'm really hoping that whatever was preventing people from going to see The Flash, which was a pretty good movie. Never got around to doing my review for it. I apologize at this point. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm hoping for whatever reason people didn't go see The Flash. I'm hoping you come out to see Blue Beetle because it looks like it's going to be a fun origin movie for this character, and it's a character we've never seen on the screen before, and it's a set of powers that we've never seen on the screen before. I mean, it's a little Iron Man-y, yeah, but I don't know. I think it looks really great. And if you're a fan of Cobra Kai like I am, and I know millions of people out there are, you got to show up to this movie and support Miguel. You got to support Xolo Manduela and let this kid know that we appreciate what he's did in Cobra Kai, and we want him to have a career moving forward. And this is a great character. James Gunn has gone out and said that this character is one that is going to be brought into his DCU. It's not the first movie officially in his DCU because this movie was part of the old regime, but it is a character that James Gunn has said will transfer over. Now that's a little muddy because it's like, well, what does that mean? Is he in the DCU right now with this movie or not? I'm as confused as you guys. I don't know at this point. But based on what James Gunn has said, Superman Legacy is going to be the first official movie of the DCU. It's firmly in there. It was written by him, directed by him for the DCU. It is the first kickoff point of all the new stories moving forward. But they like Blue Beetle enough, they like this movie enough to bring him over into the new DCU. So it's kind of a gap movie, I suppose. Still no word on Aquaman, but this trailer, it certainly double down on the fun nature of Blue Beetle and how much fun this movie's going to be, having a kid exploring his new powers and, you know, protecting his family. But there's a little more action updated in this one. You see some of the bad guys he's going to be fighting. Definitely hints of Iron Man 1 here with, you know, tech v tech. But that's cool, man. Alien tech versus, you know, human versions of alien tech, I suppose, is what it is. And I've always been a big fan of the Guyver. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It was an anime, a manga, and then a couple of live action movies in the 90s. Very similar to to this version of Blue Beetle. Guy gets alien tech on him, blue armor. It looks a lot like it. So I love the Guyver, and I'm getting serious Guyver vibes from Blue Beetle. So I'm there for it, man. The question is for you guys, have you seen the second trailer for Blue Beetle? Is it getting you more hyped to see this movie, or has this, like a lot of the DC movies, has this movie no shot at being something you're going to see in theaters? And do you think it is going to turn things around for DC moving forward? Whatever you guys think about it, you let me know in the comments. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. Whew, it was a long one. Lots of topics to get out in this video, but I'm happy to do it. If you like this video, please do me a big favor and click that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll catch you back here when I got more to say. See ya.